Our story focuses on the power of the printed word placed discreetly in a church restroom. We were told of a woman, we've been told this story, variations of this story many times in our past 12 years, but we were told of a specific woman in her 40s with 7 children who regularly attended daily mass. Life was difficult at home. Her husband was not good to her and the children. The situation saddened her, but she was at a loss as to what to do. Catholics believe in loving our spouses, forgiving transgressions, and we believe that a valid Catholic marriage is a lifelong covenant. Yet her husband was more than difficult. He was sometimes abusive and violent, and this had been going on for years. But one morning, she needed to use the women's restroom at the church, and while washing her hands, she noticed this 5x7 resource card. Here it is on the screen. It was placed in a card holder, and the title surprised her. It said, "Someone you know may be in an abusive relationship." And she realized, well, I'm in an abusive relationship. She selected the card and read the reverse side, a list of 11 common signs. So much like Dr. Berthe was identifying, research, we do know what the common signs are of abuse. And it's our job as leaders to share that with others. And indeed, she was even more sad to read that she could check off. I think in her case, every sign she could check off. The list described her life. But then she read the smaller print, which was really very helpful, and you can almost see it here. The card included a referral to the National Domestic Violence Hotline and a link to a brief text about what Catholics believe about intimate partner violence, which she, of course, had never heard. She didn't realize that we are very clear that abuse is not acceptable and does not need to be tolerated in a Catholic marriage. She'd been to church for years and had never heard that message. So our point is that when it's a challenge to connect with people in the community, printed material, much like Deborah Rosenblum shared about the whole media campaign, it makes a difference. People do read these messages. And in her case, it made a big difference. It was the window. It was a window for her to realize that, oh my goodness, things could be different. And sometimes that's certainly our job, but sometimes it might be your job to just provide that window where people think that things could be different depending on what your particular focus is.